Good evening. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. His Royal Highness Crown Prince and Prime Minister's directives to support rain-affected citizens. No tolerance with the law violators, says LMRA Chief Executive. 2 more shops shut for VAT violations in Bahrain. Strong cold winds to be continued today. Saudi Arabia extends validity of ecommerce, reentry and visit visas. News in detail. His Royal Highness Crown Prince and Prime Minister's directive to support rain-affected citizens. Northern Governor Ali bin Al-Sheikh Abdul Mohsen Al-Asfour has extended, on behalf of all the citizens of the Al-Lawsi region, deepest thanks and gratitude to His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, following the orders to swiftly document all flood damages and compensate for those affected by the rainfall, as well as directives to develop sustainable drainage solutions in areas where rainwater has accumulated. Dr. Jihad al Fadal elected AOHR's Foreign Affairs Committee chairperson. Dr. Jihad Abdullah Al Fadal has been elected unopposed by the Board of Trustees of the Arab Observatory for Human Rights as chairperson of the Foreign Relations Committee at the AOHR. In a letter to the Shura Council Chairman Ali bin Saleh Al Saleh, Arab Parliament Speaker and Chairman of the Arab Observatory for Human Rights, Adil bin Abdurrahman Al Asumi, said that Dr. Al Fadal's election will contribute to achieving the committee's goals. He stressed that the Arab Parliament will provide all kinds of support for the committee in order to be able to carry out its duties to the fullest, praising the Shura Council's constant keenness to cooperate with the Arab Parliament and the Arab Observatory for Human Rights to achieve the aspirations of Arab people. No tolerance with the law violators, says LMRA Chief Executive. The Labour Market Regulatory Authority's Chief Executive Officer Jamal Abdulaziz Al-Alawi disclosed that the LMRA's law enforcement sector has made a comprehensive plan for launching intensive inspection campaigns in various markets and commercial shops in all the kingdom's governorates to stand against any illegal practices which might adversely affect the labour market. The LMRA's CEO stressed the need to preserve the labour market's strength, competitiveness, fairness and stability. Rifa Clock Tower to be replaced with the traffic lights. The iconic Rifa Clock Tower is set to be replaced with traffic lights under a major road revamp plan to ease congestion and bottlenecks in the area. Works, Municipalities Affairs and Urban Planning Minister Yasam Kalab said a comprehensive study on the design and engineering aspects of the project has been completed. Bahrain International Book Fair preparations in full swing. Preparations are ongoing for the 19th Bahrain International Book Fair, organized by the Bahrain Authority for Culture and Antiquities at the Exhibition Hall of the Bahrain National Museum. The biennial literary event will have 320 booths for participants and feature many cultural events. 2 more shops shut for VAT violations in Bahrain. The Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Tourism closed 2 stores for VAT violations after visiting 146 shops and commercial establishments in various governorates of Bahrain. Officials said they detected 118 violations that called for fines of up to 10,000 during the visit. The ministry is in the process of taking legal measures against establishments for violations and referring those who had committed VAT evasion to court. If proven, the crimes will land them jail terms of up to 5 years and fines equivalent to 3 times the evaded VAT amount. The authority urged consumers and business owners to clear VAT doubts by calling 8000-8001 or writing to vat@nbr.government. VAT information is also available on the website www.nbr.government.bh and social media channels Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. Strong cold winds to be continued today. Weathermen have warned of more misery to become today after strong winds wreaked havoc around the kingdom, causing dust and sand to pile up on highways. Trees were uprooted by strong gusts in several areas yesterday, while billboards in open places crumpled and fell to the ground. Today's COVID updates. COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. Saudi Arabia extends validity of ecommerce, reentry and visit visas. Saudi Arabia has issued orders for the automatic extension of the validity of residency permit, ecommerce, and exit and re-entry visa for expatriates, as well as that of visit visas to 10 days after January 31st. This will be applicable to those expatriates and visitors who are from countries facing temporary suspension of travel following the outbreak of the coronavirus. However, those expatriates who have received 2 doses of the coronavirus vaccine from Saudi Arabia before their departure are exempted from this extension. Now we will be back after a very short break. Welcome back. Makkahs Grand Mosque gets interactive screens. As part of its plan to develop and upgrade the quality of the guidance system, Saudi Arabia has launched a new service for worshippers, providing them with interactive screens that display the guidance map of the Grand Mosque and its facilities. It aims to facilitate access to ritual sites as well as key locations, including the Mataf and Masas building, through providing direct movement paths from the location of the user to the destination. The interactive screens also display data in 6 major languages and provide a QR code so that the routes can be viewed via personal devices. Saudi Arabia is witnessing unprecedented cold wave. Several Saudi cities were witnessing on Friday a sharp drop in temperatures that has been unprecedented for many years. Mercury dropped to an average sub-zero 3 degrees Celsius in some cities, while snow covered 6 northern cities. The city of Turaif in the northern border region recorded on Wednesday -6 degrees Celsius, which is the lowest temperature the kingdom has ever witnessed over the past 30 years. The winter will be the harshest during the weekend, with the capital city of Riyadh in the central region is expected to record freezing temperatures reaching -3 degrees Celsius. Abu Dhabi opened 6 new assessment centers for COVID patients. Abu Dhabi has opened 6 COVID-19 prime assessment centers for infected community members. COVID-19 positive individuals can walk into the center for registration on a first-come, first-served basis, where facilities include a round-the-clock fever clinic for consultation and risk assessment, screening facilities, X-ray service, blood sample collection, laboratory, etc. Centers have a combined capacity to serve 2,000 to 3,000 patients a day. Over 500 motorists fined for reckless driving in Dubai. Dubai police has fined 526 motorists and seized 210 vehicles in Al Ruwaya for committing serious traffic violations over the past 2 months. A crackdown on unruly drivers was launched in response to reports received from residents in the area on reckless drivers committing severe traffic violations. WHO says COVID boosters should start with most vulnerable. The World Health Organization says that coronavirus vaccine boosters should now be offered to people starting with the most vulnerable in a move away from its previous insistence that boosters were unnecessary for healthy adults into an acknowledgement that the vaccine supply is improving globally, the Associated Press reported. At a press briefing on Friday, the UN Health Agency said it was now recommending booster doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine beginning in the highest priority groups about 4 to 6 months after receiving the first 2 doses, in line with guidance from dozens of countries that embarked upon booster programs months ago. Booster shots needed against Omicron, CDC studies show. 3 studies released Friday offered more evidence that COVID-19 vaccines are standing up to the Omicron variant, at least among people who received booster shots, the Associated Press reported. They are the first large US studies to look at vaccine protection against Omicron. Health officials said the papers echo previous research, including studies in Germany, South Africa, and UK, indicating available vaccines are less effective against Omicron than earlier versions of the coronavirus, but booster doses rev up virus-fighting antibodies to increase the chance of avoiding symptomatic infection. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.